Hey guys, this is sWaRmSC
And this is Pig.
from MustSeeSC, doing an audio commentated game between Bratok and Will.
Yeah, so this is a PvT. Now, Starcraft 2 Beta is still a relatively new game that's been out just for a few months. And PvT is one of the more interesting matches that I've played. And it generally can go anywhere from a really short, cheesy build to a small push to a really long and complex game. And what do you think we're going to see today?
Well, by the way, I want to mention this is on the map Kulas Ravine. Personally, I think this is one of the best maps in Starcraft 2 Beta. It has the 4 corner spawn positions. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 2 high-yield minerals between the top 2 right here and the other one here. We see Will is actually moving his probe out really early, actually.
He's at 10 out of 10, and he is moving out with the probe to scout to see where his opponent is. Now, one thing I want to notice on this map is that in order to go to the next spawning position via ground, you have to go to the middle of the map first before you can go to any other corner, just like that probe did right there.
Yeah, the pathing on this map involves a lot of cliffs and all these little interesting buildings and whatnot. We see Bratok is actually open with a supply depot and is probably going to wall off with the barracks right there. Okay.
And that choke, choke is very noticeable because if you choke off just a little bit wrong right there, if you go tanks, if you get tanks, you can't get those tanks through.
That is a problem if you can't get to lift your stuff, you know.
Yeah, and if you have an add-on, it's just going to cause more trouble, and you're going to lose that add-on.
We see Will is scouted the top left, didn't find Bratok there. He's actually going for the bottom left, and I'm pretty sure he won't find him there either.
You know, I think he won't find anything there too, you know.
We see Will's actually going gas before Cybernetics core, which is pretty interesting, and of course chrono boosting that Nexus.
Now, how do you like Protoss? Like, have you played Protoss and do you really enjoy it, or is it just that something you really just don't like that much?
Well, my main race is Zerg, and then after that I have the most fun with Protoss. I honestly don't have that much fun with the Terran race, but just making DTs is so fun in this game. Just building a proxy pylon, like right over here, and having that power go over that ledge and warping in DTs. Oh, it's so fun.
Now, one thing, he put down that Cybernetics core, which means he's probably going to get Stalkers out, because Cybernetics core does give higher tech to Stalkers. Now, also, one thing I want to notice is that this map is Reaper's delight. This map is great for Reapers. You have plenty of cliffs to hide, to go back on, you have structural rocks to hide behind. I mean, this map is great for Reaper harass, and it's awesome, except for the main, because the main on the backside is not accessible by any other means except air and ground. So
trust me, I know. I played games with Pig where he ran Reapers up here, ran down here, shot up a place, jumped back up. I couldn't get up because of the rocks and yada yada yada. It was pretty annoying. But we see he's actually chrono boosting a Stalker really early. Okay.
now, so there goes down the robo facility, and we're probably going to see a sentry go out soon, and that sentry is going to stay right there, and in Terran's base.
Well, with the robo facility, what most Protoss players do is build an observer. And they get that quick observer out to scout the Terran player and see what kind of tech he's going. We see Bratok is actually making a factory. Do you think he's going to go a factory tech, or he's just making that to be able to build a starport?
Generally, when you see factors like that, against Protoss, I don't think he's going to attack the starports. I think he's probably going to maybe bring out some Hellions.
Just like we talked about, Bratok's bringing his Reaper. Let's see how effective this is. Let's see if we don't put our foot in our mouth.
Now, this is one Reaper. This one Reaper can take out a few probes, but that Stalker's already there.
Yeah.
And he's going to have a field day with that Reaper, because that Reaper could seriously do great damage against those probes.
Notice how that Stalker is actually not able to hit that Reaper. It's because the Stalker, the Protoss player doesn't have any sight up there.
The Protoss player can only see basically up to the ledge, and that's it. You can't see the Reaper actually getting hit.
Let's see over here. He has the probe kind of looking at the front door. Oh, the Marauder's going to kill it right now.
So 3 Marauders and 1 Reaper. That 1 Reaper is great for distracting your opponent and keeping your opponent in base.
That assimilator is going down.
Yeah, if he can take out those rocks, he can do something. But other than that, he really can't do much.
See, he's chrono boosting the observer here. Perfect. Once that's done, he's going to fly it over here, get sight for Stalkers, and just probably going to take that down.
Yeah. Now, Reapers are great for harass, are great for taking out buildings, great for taking out probes, but they are extremely weak and have very low health.
And we see the factory actually was there to make the tech lab. He's going to float the starport right onto it. I'm assuming Banshees, perhaps?
Banshees, if not Ravens, but Banshees is probably the most likely choice. If we go to the production tab, we're going to see most likely what is going to be going. Yeah, and there
We
goes
see a Raven.
and Stim. Okay, you know what? I don't know what he's doing here. It seems very
Holy
strange.
crap! I haven't seen a Raven in a TVP ever, actually.
You know, I've never seen a Raven in TVP. Well, I'm very interested in how this goes. This could either
Oh,
go really
but you know
well.
what? It might not get out in time because Will is moving out with an Immortal, 2 Immortals, and 4 Stalkers. Now, Immortals, a lot of people are complaining that Immortals do way too much damage against armored players. Like, let's see. It does 20 damage normally, and then plus 30 versus armored. Now, if you're wondering what armored units are, what are they? Let's see. Buildings are armored. Marauders are light armored, I believe. Okay, here we go. Moving in.
So Marines are the best counter against Immortals because there's so many and they don't exceed the 10 damage. Marauders are also great, but that barracks is probably going to go down unless you can get in there and try and stop
Look
it.
at how fast that barracks is going down. This is 2 Immortals right here.
Yeah, he really needs to get a 100-sequel missile out with that Raven, but I don't think he has the research
I
right
think
now.
Braddock's in a lot of trouble right here. I think he teched way too fast. Instead of building, a good amount of tanks or Hellions or Marines and Marauders, he just went straight for that Raven.
Yeah, look like he's going to clean up the last bit of that barracks right there, and he's going to go for the next one with the reactor core. Now, he really needs that barrack. That barracks is what's going to save him the game if he can protect that.
This doesn't look good at all for Braddock right here.
Yeah.
He's bringing the SCVs off the line. Whenever you see SCVs off the line, it's a pretty good chance that things aren't going well for the Terran player.
Yeah, looks like he's going to lose most of his S workers
But we
right
have
there.
the first Immortal down, second one goes down, and 5 Stalkers right here. Oh, but that Raven. No,
Yeah,
it's
looks
going
like
down.
he still has 4 Marines, but those 4 Marines against those 5
Look like
Stalkers.
Bratok has made another command center. I think he's going to float it and try to put it up here. But, I mean, unless he can hold this off, he's not going to be able to have an opportunity.
Yeah. Now, one thing that is noticed about good players here is that when you have an advantage and when you have an opportunity, you take that opportunity. Here he sees that he can continue harassing and make that opportunity really nice and be able to take him out right now if he has good enough skills.
See, Will can either try to win the game here, do as much damage as he can, or expand. Now, there's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a golden rule, but there's kind of a saying in Starcraft where whenever you have, oh, there's a GG right there. Nope, Bratok just couldn't handle those Immortals.
Yeah, those Immortals are really, really good against taking out buildings and they do massive amounts of damage.
Yeah, I would say Bratok pretty much, I think, lost the game for himself by trying to tech up too fast. While the Raven is a really interesting, cool new unit with its ability to use 100 Seeker missiles and take out a bunch of guys, I think he got it way too early.
Definitely. Now, if he had a second command center right there that was just sitting right there, he floated up a little bit earlier, but of course he got attacked at the same time, so we can't really criticize too much. But if he didn't get that and just concentrate a little bit more on getting out a few more Marines, or maybe, who knows, even a Hellion or 2 or a tank, that would have done wonders. That would have done wonders for him.
Definitely. Well, good luck to Bratok and Will in the future. This is sWaRmSC
And this is Pig.
from MustSeeSC. Also, another quick shout out to SC Universe. Please go check him out. Thank you very much.